Hello, my name is Latoya Sharp, and this presentation is about my healthcare collaboration and leadership final presentation for Comp 320. Today, I would like to share the reasons for me choosing my research topic. And just to reiterate, that topic was why communication between men and women in healthcare is so different. The reason why I chose this topic is because as I experience working in healthcare, I have noticed that there is a complete disconnect, the way women and men operate, how they communicate, even in groups, how they tend to be very different. What I have noticed in my experience is, for example, women tend to shy away from leading in certain roles, even when they are on the same level as their male peers. They tend to allow the male to take over the situation. For example, an RRT that I was recently in started out with a female leader, but as her male peers began to enter the room, it seemed like their assessments and recommendations were overpowered from hers. And I see that quite a bit in healthcare. So I know this is nothing that is new. This is something that we've been dealing with for centuries. As women have continued to grow and grow in different areas, we still manage to have certain gender gaps in certain areas in the workplace. So the research that I have found pretty much states and give examples of workplace harassment, bullying, belittling, which equates to overall discrimination against women who are in the same leadership roles. They state that one of the biggest issues and concerns is the harassment, not talking about sexual harassment, but talking about the other forms of harassment when it comes to belittling a person or alienating a person for having a certain voice or for having a certain leadership style or for just being a woman or minority. Many of the times we see women shut down due to this because of retaliation or because they want to fit in. So they tend to just completely shut down and let the men overpower the situation. And I have, again, witnessed that on many different situations at the current hospital that I work for. And also, being that I do have a lot of resources there, I was able to speak with my department supervisor, which is Darcy O'Brien, who has been a respiratory supervisor and manager for over 10 years in our department. And she has also witnessed and also have been subjected to certain different types of harassment for being a woman supervisor in an atmosphere where men are dominant. She gives examples of why she feels that more women or most women do not speak up about it. And it's just because there's nothing, we have things that govern, but not in a sense of keeping things a little bit more private and contained without it getting into the wrong hands, because many of those abusers can be other male supervisors who allow this type of behavior to happen, and they don't say anything or they don't address it. So a lot of these women feel that they cannot trust HR because HR doesn't work for them. They work for the manager. And also they feel like they have something bigger to lose. Their reputation, promotions, or even worse, losing their jobs. So the resources that I have, I pulled up many different resources, but again, due to the dates of those resources, we wanted to keep things as present as possible within at least the last 5 years. So found a lot of different websites, like, for example, diversitywomen.com speaks about the different reasons why women do not speak up in the workplace. And again, they also stated a lot of those reasons were because of discrimination, because of the gender equality, because of bullying, because of, different types of harassment. So these things are actually known. Unfortunately, there's going to have to be more ownership in the situation as far as us women coming together and speaking more boldly about the different situations that have occurred, in order for this to move in a form of some type of action plan. Because if not, then we will allow the next generation to be placed into the same category situation, and then it will continue to have that domino effect, and it will go on and on and on. I feel like me researching this gives me a different platform. It allows me, it allowed my eyes to open up to certain things that I see that we don't all pay very close attention to. I just hope to learn that even in my future, as I continue with my education and hope to build on top of my career with respiratory therapy, I hope that I will not put myself in a position to be treated in such a manner. And I hope to have the strength and the voice to start that movement, even if it only begins with me. I hope to be an example for other women, and I hope to be able to encourage other women and to speak forth for other women who I have seen this happen to. I just hope that at the end of the day, again, as I have read through these articles and I have spoken with a well-known source, again, I just hope to be at least another person who can step into that role, in helping and encouraging other women who are like me, who are looking to further their education and to be leaders and to not be afraid, because we have a different approach. Women and men are very two different species. Everything we do is different. The way we think, the way we act, the way we speak. We are genetically built that way. So, of course, our approaches in leadership and how we manage and how we recommend different things will be different. And so there's nothing wrong with that. And this is what needs to be focused on when we talk about moving forward and being more open to different cultures, behaviors, And again, the different aspects of just being a woman versus a man. These are the things that we have to keep in mind. We will not all come to the same conclusion the same way. We will have different approaches and different steps, but the overall goal and outcome will be the same. And so I just hope that this is not another way to, again, keep the men at a certain hierarchy over the woman. If we show improve and we educate ourselves and we get the right credentials to do the role and responsibility that this job requires, then we should be acknowledged and respected that we are there to do the same as the males are. And our strategy should be combined together. So again, overall, the patient receives the best care. So again, this is my story. This is the reason why I came up, or this is the reason why I pursued with this topic of why the communication is different between men and women, or why there's such a difference between the men and woman communication in healthcare. And again, this is not just a healthcare problem. This is different demographics around business, industry, food industry. You think of it, men and women both are associated, and we are in these places. So therefore, there's going to be a difference. Any way you wrap your head around it. So I hope that you understand. I hope that I've explained myself well to you on why I chose to pursue this. Again, my name is Latoya Sharp, and here's my final presentation of my healthcare leadership presentation. Thank you so much. Goodbye.